Hey, Century 21 Atwood family, welcome to this month's Elevate 21, our time to pause, reset, and level up together. Here's the deal. We're halfway through the year. Halfway, can you believe it? I don't know about you, but I feel like January was like 5 minutes ago, and yet here we are, summer in full swing, and the market isn't slowing down for anyone. This meeting, it's about pouring into you. Every tool, every class, every resource we talk about today is here to make your life easier, your business stronger, and your future bigger. You ready? Let's dive in. All right, first up, Vegas, baby. 121 Experience 2026, April 14th to the 17th. Who's planning to go? This isn't just a conference. It's the event where you get filled up, fired up, and inspired by some of the brightest minds in real estate. Not to mention a little Vegas fun with your Atwood family. So here's what I don't want. I don't want anyone sitting at home in April wishing that they had signed up. Don't be that person. So grab your spot, hit that QR code, or bug Darwin. He loves it when people blow up his inbox. And make sure you whitelist events at comms.century21.com so that nothing gets lost in spam. Next up, let's talk about staying sharp. August 19th, mark that down. The class is called Build Your Fifth Season. Why fifth? Because this isn't just about spring, summer, fall, or winter. It's about creating your season, your momentum. Look, I get it. You're busy, listings, showings, kids' baseball games, family barbecues. But I'll say this, top agents, the ones you see crushing it, they are making time for learning. Even small nuggets of wisdom from these classes can change how you close out your year. And this one's coming straight from Century 21 University and Wendy Crane. All right. We are back to talk about the market. It's everybody's favorite topic. Everybody talks about it.
So much fun, especially when it's good news. And I feel like it's still good news.
It is.
Right? Yeah. So we got the latest report. This is June stats, 2025 compared to 2024. So we can just see how the summer months are comparing. And like I mentioned, I think it's relatively good signs. We had the number of homes on the market up like 8.9%. Yeah. Which is good, right? We're seeing more people put their homes on the market. We're seeing more inventory. And I think the natural fear to that more inventory thing is, oh no, it's going to become the buyer's market. Now we're going to see sales prices drop and we're going to see like this oversaturation. And that's not what's happening. No. Because at the same time, we have the number of closed sales up. It was a little bit higher. It was 9.2%, I believe, year over year. Yeah. So, even though there's more coming onto the market, we're also selling more homes than we did last year as well. So it's kind of, I think if we replay the tape, if we can go back to a previous month, right? I think there were a couple of these where I said, if you'll just put your home on the market, if you'll just take that leap of faith, even though the home that you want isn't quite available yet, or you haven't found it, I think you'll find that someone else who was waiting is then going to follow suit. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Honestly. Okay. So I noticed too, I think it said days on market 35 days or something like that. So, which is still so short.
Short.
It's so short. People, I was talking to one of our agents, Candy Dykman. She said one of her sellers after a week was like, "What's going on? Maybe I need a different realtor. Like, what's happening?" It's like, what year are you living in?
Right.
First of all, and it was $1.2 million home, and she still got that thing sold in a month. You know what I mean? Like, still followed the 35, which, I mean, at that price probably should have gone longer, but she got it done. But yeah, I like how you said, go back and replay the tape. This is a great tool for our agents, right? Go in and talk to these sellers and say, if you had listened to me last year.
I love a told you so.
I love it. But I agree. We've heard things about, not to get political, but President Trump's going to try to push for interest rates to drop, and then people are like, "Oh no!" And okay, I don't even know if that's possible. Can the president just push for? I don't even know.
If there's anything I learned, there's no more laws anymore. Anyone can do anything. It's the Wild West.
That's true. But that's true. We never really know what's happening. And then some people said, "Well, but wait, if interest rates just suddenly get pushed down, then all of a sudden we're going to have these flash sales again, or not flash sales, but flash reverse sales because now the price is going up." How does that work? That's crazy. Anyway, but you remember those where we had 56 offers on a home and it ended up selling for $70,000 more than ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could that happen if interest rates suddenly drop? Maybe. I mean, inventory is going up, which we need.
Mm-hmm.
Unemployment went up a little bit, which I know, but we need. And trying to stable this thing out. But when you look at the median home price, did you see it?
Yeah.
370.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do we want it to drop a little bit, or do we just, that's our new norm?
I think it's going to.
You think it'll drop a little bit?
Yeah. None of us have a crystal ball,
right?
But I think about if someone is out there thinking about selling their home and they're like, yeah, it's probably about the time. I think we're coming up to that change in direction, right? If we continue this trend now that we've seen where inventory is going up, and interest rates potentially coming down, it is the right recipe for the property values to come down as well, right?
Yeah.
We have cash is getting easier to obtain, and we have the opportunity for buyers to be more picky. Not to say that that's guaranteed what's going to happen, but it is, right? I'm throwing all the right ingredients in to make this cake, and it's probably going to come out a cake.
Right. Right. I heard something really interesting, and this is probably for a segment with Brian. But one of our realtors was saying that that the seller received a couple of offers, and kind of going along with what you were saying, like the money available to lend is a little bit more accessible right now, and people have a lot of equity, also that they can bring. But got a couple offers, and one of them was a pretty standard, what you always see, 20% down with 45-day close and all this stuff, and then had one that was like 3% down in a 15-day close or something like crazy, and the sellers are like, I don't know if I trust 3% down. Maybe they can't really afford this house, and it got me thinking, like, if somebody's sitting on that much equity, wouldn't you want to put down as little as possible so that you could, like, you know what I mean? Like, just take advantage of it.
Right.
If you can, if you're in the position where you can, like, just take advantage of it. And really, I know sellers have to watch, to make sure that they're accepting an offer that they think reasonably could close. But if they're working with the right, lender, whatever, talk to the lender. If they seem pre-approved and all, like really pre-approved, go for it.
Go for it.
Right? Go for it. Because the accessibility to cash, going back to what you were saying, is there. But if you have an opportunity to do less, and now you can also go buy that vacation home too.
I mean, like you said, that's probably, we should bring Brian in. He's in the other room. I saw him a second ago.
Yeah.
But go back to, I guess, what the goal is of the buyer. Is it to pay the least amount of interest on your mortgage over time, or is it to have the shortest? Because then fine, do a bigger down payment. But is it for a lifestyle and for a boat, or is it to have the extra cash that you didn't put down that you can put on buy down points on your interest rate, even to get the monthly payment the lowest possible? Maybe that's the goal. So I think that's kind of silly. I think sometimes sellers will look for anything to be skeptical of.
That's true. No,
and our job in the professional real estate agent hat is to point out what's going to meet the seller's goal, which is to sell the property in the least amount of time for the most amount of money.
That's a very good point. So what's a great way that our trusted advisors, our agents, lean into that conversation without seeming pushy or favoring, right? Like, help guide them through that conversation. Like, how gently or forcefully can they be? That's a tough spot.
It is, but people are different. I can be really forceful with some people, and I have to be really gentle with others. And you learn that.
You have to be very gentle with
learn that pretty quickly. But it's an education piece more than anything else. I don't want anybody obviously out there to push someone into doing something that isn't right for them.
Yeah.
But at the very least, did you point out for them when they were kind of pointing to these random quote unquote flaws in an offer, say, sure. So this is, the potential outcomes of these scenarios. And once you give someone all the information, at least you've done your part without pushing them. You can educate them to make the best decision.
I love it. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Brian, we are going to talk about your favorite subject.
Very much so.
I'm surprised you have hair still.
Yeah, right.
We're going to talk about rescue deals.
Yes.
It is the thing that people have learned to rely on with you because when all else fails, when every single bank says no, then they can switch to you and you'll just save it.
What? Sometimes. And I'd even say the majority of the time, because I would like to believe that if somebody got pre-approved with a bank, that there's at least some good signs happening, right?
Sure.
Like they should have decent credit, some income otherwise. But it's become a interesting theme because we've had more rescue files received in the last few weeks than we probably have in the last 12 months, which I always wonder if, like, is this a market thing? Are people, or are certain lenders just getting lazy, right? We are going to probably be sharing at some point the number of pre-approval letters I have in hand saying, we've verified income, we've verified credit, everything's fantastic. Dear sellers, this client's ready to buy the home. And then a few weeks later, everyone calls me crying. And what do we do? So the reason I like to explain, the reason that we're able to often save these is one, because of the mix of lenders we have. A lot of lenders have what are called overlays, which are bank rules, right? Any lender can have them. Our lenders can have them, but we have rules, but they're not same across the board.
Right.
So Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac or Ginnie Mae will say, this is what we want. And the bank says, yeah, well, we want to do it a different way. And they're allowed to do that.
Sure.
But what we are able to do is just take a step back and say, hey, what's going on with this client? How can we be creative? How can we save this deal and get not only this family, but sometimes 3, 4, 5 other families into their homes?
Yeah. I like to draw the analogy of, like, can you imagine buyers having to work with 100 different realtors? They want to see that house, you got to work with that realtor. You want to see that house, you work with that realtor, right? And you're trying to coordinate between all these different people. Isn't it better to just work with one person that you like and trust and let them go shopping for you?
Right.
Let them go find you the home. It's the same thing with a mortgage broker, right? So you might go to this bank that you've had a relationship with, and then it's not coming together. So now you're going to go to this bank, and you start the whole process over again. Who are you? What's your name? What's your blood type, right? Okay, and now you're going to this one, and you're going to this one. Or you enter into a relationship with someone you like and let them go shopping for you.
Right. Well, and the request I have for our agents that I've shared before and I want to share again is that if you find yourself in this situation, before you let a deal fall apart, before you lose your paycheck, before these families sometimes end up homeless, right? We've all experienced like, hey, families in the moving van in the parking lot ready to close, and then the issue comes up, and it's just awful. Right. So before we get to that point, before everyone gives up, please give us a call. Right. Please give us a call. Let us take a totally, you've gone through a lot. You've had a lot of emotion in this, a lot of frustration. Let us take a new view, see if there's a different way to approach this. In a lot of these cases, rescue deals can be very, very fast because title's done, the appraisal's probably done. A lot of pieces are in place. We just need to bring it all together. Yeah. So the ones that we had last week, we were able to go from first upset conversation to clear to close in 2 days.
That's crazy.
Right? Get everything together, try and find a solution. But then my second request beyond, yes, please reach out when the situation happens, is please remember these situations.
Right.
Please think about this when we're like, oh, I've never heard of this lender, or this is a giant national lender that it's some call center LO. They're not personally invested in this. Right. So I always want to ask too, please, you don't have to say people have to work with us, and they don't.
Right.
But they should get a second opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you for bringing that up. I was thinking through, it's really great when our agents call you and say, we were supposed to close in less than a week now, and now after 60 days of working on this, the bank realized they can't. So can you help figure this all out? Right. It's not like you have this special tool that no bank has where you're like, oh, sure, boop, there, I push that button. You're putting in 60 days of work in those next 5 days. You just have to do it in crunch time, right? So that's why I joked that I'm surprised you have hair. But also, if you're saving a deal that nobody else can get done, it should cost that person significantly more. And yet, in almost every single one of these, not only are you saving it, but you're like, also, it's going to cost you $9,700 less.
Right.
It blows my mind. That alone should be the thing where our agents, and I mean, I know you're working with a lot of our agents and a lot of agents from other companies as well. That's great. A lot of people are relying on you. That should be the part of like, why am I waiting until everyone's crying to start working with Brian?
Right.
Why don't I just let them be happy and joyful right from the beginning and save money and time?
Right. Yeah,
So
I
not a rescue.
had an unfortunate conversation with a client last week that we just did this rescue for.
Yeah.
And not only did we pull it together, we were able to get it closed, but they had significant savings. And the client actually asked on the phone, like, why didn't that realtor bring up your name before? Like, well, that's maybe a conversation to have with them. But I just think the message that realtors, and we grew up in this industry, we know that it's like realtors are in their lane, lenders are in their lane. But I want all of our agents to understand that this is your lane too. Right? We are a resource for you, and you owe it to your sellers, to your buyers, and to everyone else tied to these transactions to be confident in the deals we're putting together. So even if not working with us, let us help give you that confidence.
Absolutely. And that, I know we say it so many times, but this is why Atwood Mortgage was born.
Right.
This is why it was created. It was us playing golf and me stressed out over things I was hearing from our agents. And we just said, how can we make this better? Because it seems like you work so hard and you do these amazing things for your buyers. And it's just incredible, all that you do. And then you go, I sure hope that person does their job so I can get my paycheck.
Right.
And then you're in the dark. You're completely in the dark. Why not partner with someone that can keep you in the light and get you paid? Right. That's why we created this, is to help empower and protect that agent, but also give them all the wins. We don't need the wins. I mean, we don't need the wins. We want the agent to have the win. We want them to be like, we want the buyer to say, I worked with the best agent ever because they helped me find the perfect home. They got me in touch with the best lending experience, and it was just flawless. They saved me $9,700.
Correct. Exactly that. I even catch some realtors sometimes. They're like, they refer a client to us. They're like, hey, we want to have them get a second opinion. And look, Brian or Atwood Mortgage was able to save them thousands. Like, no. You did. You helped save it. And all you had to do was bring it up, share the knowledge you have that they don't, so they can know what their options look like.
Yes. Let us stay in the background. We'll let them throw the confetti on you.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Brian.
Yep. Thanks.
Want to know what's coming up? The new monthly learning calendar is live on the Learning Hub on 21online.com. It's like a cheat sheet for staying ahead. Scan the QR code and take 2 minutes to see what's out there. Trust me, the future you will thank you. All right, this one makes me proud. The International Week of Giving is coming up July 28th to August 1st. So plant a tree, serve a meal, volunteer at an event. Whatever you do, share your stories. We've got a toolkit ready with social posts and templates. So scan the code, download what you need, and let's show the world how Century 21 Atwood shows up for our communities.
All right, let's talk about tools that make you look like you have a 10-person marketing team, even if it's just you and your iPhone. Enter MoxiImpress. You win a listing and boom, postcards, brochures, social posts, even digital flyers, all created automatically. You didn't lift a finger. Price drop, open house, it updates your whole package instantly. And here's the kicker. You can even add Spanish language materials and co-listing packages now. It's all baked in. Add QR codes? Oh yeah, add them right into your flyers and postcards. People scan, click, and suddenly they're on your website or virtual tour. You're not just marketing, you're creating action. Social media? I know. Some of you love it, some of you avoid it like a kale at a potluck. But listen, this matters. Your Q3 social drop is here, and it's your shortcut to looking polished online without spending hours on Canva at midnight. Every post is ready to download and post. No more digging around for graphics. No more, I'll get to it later. Later never comes, right? Scan that QR code and get posting. Consistency is how your sphere remembers you when they're ready to sell or buy. Luxury agents, this one's for you. The Fine Home and Estates listing presentation has a glow up. I'm talking sleeker, more impressive, fully customizable in Moxie Present. We're playing in a high-end sandbox here, and this gives you the tools to compete and win. Pull it up, tweak it, go out there and make those $1 million clients say, wow, I want them to sell my house. Okay, reviews. You already know I believe in reviews are our secret weapon. RealSatisfied just rolled out a refreshed email invite that's cleaner, includes your name in the subject line. That little detail, it's boosting open rates big time. Here's what I want. When those happy client surveys roll in, forward them to marketing@c21atwood.com. We'll put your success on blast across our social channels. Why? Because you've earned it, and because celebrating you is one of my favorite things.
All right, let's get to my favorite part, awards and honors. This is where we get loud for our top producers, our rising stars, and the agents who are living the relentless standard every day. Whether you're new and building momentum or you're a seasoned pro stacking wins, you're part of what makes this company great. So let's give them a bigger round of applause. All right, let's hear it for our $1 Million Club agents. These rock stars have already hit 7 figures in closed volume this year. That's relentless focus, serious hustle, and proof that big goals are being crushed. Whether it's your first million or your 16th, this is worth celebrating. All right, here we go. $1 Million Club. Jeff Campbell, Rhonda Bjornsson, Ellen Gruhat, Dan Ness, Nathan Chaika, Leanne Peterson, Dan Baker, Pam Hendrickson, Jeff Call, Belinda Sternberg, Keaton Nostal, Lynn Larson, Andrew Atwood, Deb Cooper, Bonnie Kruger, Laura Brecky, Chad Ziemke, Jake Giestart, Josh Olson, Laura Cunningham, Rob Shanelak, Charlie Brew, Tim Moore, Shauna Leonard, Jenny Shaw, Cindy Florine, George Bodnia, Crystal Peterson, Kelly LeBross, Gretchen Patnode, Nancy Murphy, Wayne Schuett, Emily Silverness, Tara Oberfeld, Mary Wolf, Dan Holla, Ann Restrom, Dan Wingert, Deanna Cross, Brian Kniesel, Rick Lindy, Roger Hahn, Dean Forrester, Michelle Vessel, John Kelly, Ken Meinke, Linda Sharkey, and Jen Patterson. Amazing group of people. All right, here's your $5 Million Club. Rick Mummert, Jody Olson, Bill Bomberg, Pete Mergens, Sam Call, Craig Hoyam, Leslie Flugstad, Sarah House. And can you believe it? The $15 Million Club already this year. Big round of applause for Candy Dykman. Now it's time for one of the most inspiring parts of the show, client love. We've got some amazing testimonials rolling in from real estate clients who had standout experiences from our Century 21 Atwood agents. These stories are real, raw, and full of heart, and they're proof that our agents are delivering the extraordinary every single day. Whether it's navigating a tricky deal, going above and beyond on a showing, or simply being that steady hand that brought you through a big life moment, you're making an impact. So let's take a moment to celebrate the agents who are out there creating raving fans and lasting relationships. Let's roll it. First off, Karen Kimball. Karen helped us get an offer on our home within 4 hours of listing. We closed quickly, and she was super informative and helpful along the way, explaining to us everything. I would highly recommend to have Karen be your agent if you are buying or selling a home. From Casey in Hugo, Minnesota. Ellen Gruhat. From the day we first met, we felt that she was the right person to work with. She was very helpful in every step, and her suggestions were very applicable and I believe helpful. Ellen seemed not only knowledgeable on listing and selling our home, but she also was very kind. And at the end of it all, we were glad that we had added another friend to our circle of good friends. From Elijah and Lina in Mankato, Minnesota. Jeff Call. I am pleased with the success of Jeff Call in marketing and selling my property. He was always professional and had superior knowledge of local trends and considerations. He was always prompt with responses to my questions and concerns. I would highly recommend him in any future land dealings. From Noel Sorensen in Mankato, Minnesota. All right, time to celebrate some serious staying power, our agent anniversaries. These incredible professionals have been showing up, standing out, and staying relentless year after year. So whether you're marking 1 year or 21, your dedication, consistency, and commitment to excellence are what help make Century 21 Atwood the powerhouse that it is. Thank you for choosing to grow with us, and we're just getting started. Big congratulations to Teresa, Shauna, Ellen, Brian, Dan, Larry, Leanne, Lori, Sadia, Linda, Susan, Sandy, Drew, Alex, Cindy, and Jeff. Quick fun fact, our Century 21 Atwood website sees thousands of visitors every month. And guess what? Your listings are front and center. Plus, our social media team is consistently pushing out your wins and community involvement to amplify your brand while you're out there crushing deals. You're not invisible. You're everywhere, and that's the point. All right, team, here's the thing. You're not just part of any brokerage. You're part of a family that believes in growing together, supporting each other, and leading the way. So take what we've talked about here today. Use it, learn it. You have every reason to believe that this can be your best year ever, even in a market like this. Why? Because Relentless doesn't care about market conditions. Relentless just keeps going. So get out there, do the work, and let's elevate together.